All right, man. Stand
What are you doing?
Stand right.
I'm recording.
Stay right here.
I'm recording with no phone.
Really?
Hold
You know
on.
what I'd really like to do is shoot over there.
That's gonna sound great on the.
I'd like to shoot over there, if you know what I mean.
My name's Jesse, and this is Sounds Like Life to Me. Today we are here with Brandon and Cody, friends from high school, and we're just going to talk about some stuff that we all went through in high school. So I'll give it to Cody first.
It's 9 months right here.
Coming along real well. So, you remember how we met? No?
Kind of sort of.
What do you remember? I remember. It's not how we met, but I remember all three of us getting together, coming to bug you at the haunted trails.
That was like, I think that was like the first time we actually.
That was the first time we all started really hanging out. But prior to that was, I think actually me and Brandon met first.
Oh yeah, you and Brandon knew each other first,
Right? And I knew Brandon because we lived in the same complex. It was after that is when we really started hanging out, and then it just became like the Three Musketeers after that, man. We were never apart. We started doing everything together. I remember going to concerts. The best thing was going to concerts, man. We would go to every single concert.
Rob Zombie concerts.
Ozfest. Ozfest. That was a good one, man. We also started doing stagehands together. We started doing the stagehands work together, working for Zoogle, which all three of us worked for.
The A-Team.
Yeah, it was the A-Team, man. Good one. I got a good one. So, I think I was just starting to like figure out my footing in the haunted trails.
Weren't you the gut baby the first
year? I was the gut baby the first year, dude.
I was also the gut baby.
Yeah.
That's why I almost got fired. I'm gonna get in on.
All right, yeah.
So we tried to get jobs at this haunted
it was
house.
I think it was my second or third season doing the trail, and you guys came down Halloween night and you started
yelling your name.
Yeah. We were on scooters, dressed up in
clown masks
with clown nose stuck to the mask, and I had a clown wig.
Yeah.
Because we were really into clowns, right? So we go down there and we're like, Cody! And
people were looking at us.
That's where we meet Drew.
Oh,
big,
yeah.
Tall guy. So,
that's a
whole nother story.
That's a whole nother episode.
So we meet. I'm gonna go back on the camera.
Okay.
So we meet, and we go down to the trail to go see Cody, and eventually we end up going back next year and applying for the haunted trail, right?
Yep.
I go down there, I get an interview because I tell him I know Cody. Then I tell him, well, I have Jack in a Box experience. I was in a play once. And they looked at me like, yeah, I'm not gonna hire this guy. This guy seems too desperate. So they never officially hired me. Did you ever get an interview, Jesse?
I don't remember either of you.
No, I never got an interview.
Showed up
you guys showed up to orientation.
No, we
got an interview, but they never called me back.
And then you guys end up showing up to orientation.
I don't even think I got an interview.
Yeah, you start working.
Yeah.
I got the paper and I filled out the paper and gave it back to Zoogle. Oh no, never. It wasn't even Zoogle. I think it was Dreg.
Yeah, we showed up we never got officially hired or asked to come to orientation, and then we started filling out our W-2s, was it W-2s?
Yeah.
We filed our W-2s. We find like the harassment stuff, all of our official documents, and then we end up getting scheduled. We officially were never hired.
Yeah.
I think Greg figured out
that we weren't going away.
Yeah. So, one, he figured out I didn't hire these fuckers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Two, these guys are not going to go away. They tried to fire me though.
I remember how I got hired.
I got fired.
Yeah, they hired me because I walked up to Greg on the street, and I was really wanting to get hired with the haunted hotel at this point.
It's that yeah. Cool.
And I see Greg coming down the street, and I stop him and I say, "Hey, you guys are hiring, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, you're 18, right?" And I said, "Yep, I'm 18." That's how I got hired. No interview, nothing. Filled out an application. Didn't go through an interview. And I was 17 at the time.
Yeah, those were some good times, man. Having a bonfire in the middle of the trail and
a chainsaw explode on my groin.
You jumping off the bus.
Great balls of fire is what his name is.
Great balls of fire. I ended up actually getting fired because, well, or not fired, but laid off. I got jumped.
Yeah, you got jumped. And I drove you home after that, and I had to make sure you didn't sleep. But you're getting like angry. You're like, "Let me sleep, man." But my friend Ruth, that worked with us at the trail, was like, "Make sure he doesn't go to sleep. He's got a concussion." And I'm like, okay. Like I was on the phone with her the whole night. Like, I think he's gonna fall asleep.
I think he's gonna fall
asleep. Wake up. Jesse, wake up. We were all worried about you, man.
I know, man. That was a great. That was crazy. I remember jumping the fence and running up the mountain beside the trails.
What happened? Was it like a?
He didn't like the way I scared him. I jumped out and scared him, and he didn't like it, and so he had gotten my face, which doesn't go well with me, even though I shouldn't have, And as soon as he got in my face, I put my hands on him, and as soon as I put my hands on him, his buddies all surrounded me and got me on the ground and just started stomping on me.
Did you get hit in the head?
Oh yeah, quite a few times. And then the first thing I did, like the stubborn I am, I jump up and go, "That's all you got?"
Oh my gosh.
Big mistake.
Yeah, big mistake. Ended up getting pretty beat up after that. That was
hearing the air horn.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Dude, and that was the other thing. That was why I got beat up so bad. The guy I was working with was new, and he didn't know where the air horn was. So I'm just getting beat up, and he's standing there like,
"What do I do?"
I'm almost a year and a half clean today. I got, let's see, I'll tell you exactly right now. I have, let's see, I'm 17.32 months clean. Almost 18 months. That's a year and a half. I have more fun today than I ever have back then.
Oh, great. We're not in your life as much. Thanks.
That's a great accomplishment.
Great accomplishment.
We're proud of you.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's, you know what, and that's another thing. I kind of got in. I got clean, and I kind of got into this zone where I was like, okay, I gotta stay away from everybody, because everything was a trigger for me. Hanging out with the boys was a trigger for me to drink, or it just whatever it was. I made a reason to drink, and then drinking always led to me doing other stuff that you guys didn't even know. You guys had no clue that I was doing other stuff. I think Cody actually knew, but he was kind of keeping it quiet, because there were some times where he was like, "Okay, that's more than drunk."
Yeah, there were some times where I was questioning what else was.
Yeah. Because I saw it. He's very nice. He's very calm. He doesn't really say much, but when he does, he'll let you know what's going on. But he pretty much let me do what I wanted, and which I love you for. Trust me, I do. But I also needed to get away from that. You know, if I wanted the beer and I told you I was trying to quit, you probably wouldn't even, you might have said something, but you would have been like, "Well, it's your life," and I loved him for that. but I also needed more. I needed someone to go, hey, knock it off.
It's better to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Right, yeah. So I kind of went off onto this get away from everybody. And it actually worked. You know, I got away from everybody, started going to meetings, and met a beautiful woman, and met a bunch of awesome people that, you know, kept me busy, kept me going, and kept me doing really cool stuff. And I was like, shoot, man, if I knew I could have this much fun sober, I would have got clean a long time ago. And you know, today I'm actually, you know, like I said, a year and a half clean, and I'm engaged, and I have a baby on the way, and it's just like one great gift after another, all because I decided to get clean. And it's just, every day I'm blown away by it. I can't believe how well things are going. It's like, I've really never been in a relationship where I've gone this long without having a breakdown fight, you know, with my significant other. I mean, we at most maybe argue or snap at each other, and then we're like, oh, sorry, you know. And I've never had that before. It's amazing. And it just proves to me, what's the word I want? It shows me that, like, this thing does work. You know, you can be normal. You can you know, let go of those demons. Fuck, man, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I was going to be a year and a half clean, I would have laughed at you. Probably even tried to hit you, because I would have thought you made fun of me. But it's amazing. I love it. Every day I enjoy life. And it was just a couple days ago, actually, it hit me. I'm like, dude, I haven't been with my buddies in a long time. And then it, like, everything just came together. Like, that came in my head, and then high school came back up, and I was like, you know, back in high school, I don't know if you remember this, Brandon, but on Facebook, what was before Facebook? MySpace. On MySpace, I started a group called Sounds Like Life to Me. Remember? And people would go on there. Christian, all of our, you know, all of our exes, whatever, and our friends and other people that I didn't even know started going into this group, and just, like, you know, put whatever they wanted in there, and putting in, like, you know, they're having a problem with this, or, you know, my dad's this, my mom's this, whatever. And then someone else would have a comment like, hey, I'm going through the same thing. And then I was like, man, I need to bring that up somehow. And then I started realizing, like, Brandon was making videos, and I have another friend making videos, and I was like, that's it. That's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all my buddies together. We're going to make the, you know, Sounds Like Life to Me again. And I think it's working, man. I think it's bringing us closer, and I got my friends back. And it's crazy. It's crazy how everything's just falling in place. This is my third video, and look how far I've gone. I went from doing a video off my phone in a hotel to doing my own video in my house with a little $50 setup, to now doing a video in a beautiful park with two of my best friends on like really expensive equipment, and it's a miracle, man. It's awesome. So I don't know, man. It's just I every day I'm happy, and it was never like that before. I woke up wanting to drink, and I went to bed drunk, you know, almost every night. And he could tell you. I wanted sleep. I told him I would tell everybody I can't sleep unless I get drunk. That was, you know, that was my thing. It's too hard for me to sleep. I have to get drunk. I have to get drunk, so drunk that I'm passed out, and then I would do it all over again every day. It was the same thing. When we were at the haunted trails, and people think I'm joking when I say this, I shit you not, this guy would light a cigarette with the cigarette he just smoked over and over again. Like, he didn't even need a lighter. He just, yeah. And then, like, he would see a group coming, put it aside, do his little scare, have a cigarette back in his mouth. I'm like, Cody, you can take a breath. It's okay.
Even Drew told me that one. Slow down.
And Drew was like the master smoker.
Yeah, Drew, yeah.
You know, I think I started smoking around the time I started at the trail.
And you made sure you went 100% in.
Oh yeah, I went all in.
I think at one point you were smoking like 3 packs a day.
Like 2-3 packs a day, and then
and you had a history in your family of you were around smokers.
Yeah, I grew up around my mom smoking.
How did it make you feel growing up?
I just always kind of thought it was a nasty smell.
And then you kind of.
Then I ended up picking it up. You know, after my parents went their separate ways, I just kind of started getting into.
You know what?
Habits.
I
started with cigars.
I really think it's like you do one of two things, and I think you can relate to this, Brandon. When you see your parents doing smoking, drinking, using whatever it is, you do one of two things: you rebel or you conform.
Yeah.
And a lot of us think that we're rebelling by smoking, and all we're doing is we're conforming. We're doing what we know. We're doing what we've seen in the past. Whether we like to say that or not, I used to go, no, I'm a rebel. I'm smoking, I'm drinking because I'm a rebel. No, I'm conforming. You know, you're just doing what you're just copying. You know,
you're doing what you're programmed to do.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Anyways, go ahead. I just had to get that out there.
Long story short, I couldn't put a cigarette down.
That's true.
Smoking like I actually quit for I think I quit for like 2 weeks.
Was that when you did the massage? Yeah, he did a special massage where the girl made it so he didn't want to smoke. It lasted 2 weeks.
That was Ruth.
Oh, that was Ruth.
Ruth did some sort of pressure points.
Yeah.
That lasted 2 weeks. Why? Because maybe I don't remember having urges, but I just went into a 7-Eleven one day, bought a pack of smokes, and
it was over.
Hey, let's light it up.
Yeah.
and then I remember most recently, I think it was 2017. I stopped buying cigarettes, but I didn't really quit. I would just
bum. Yep.
I would just bum OPs, and for a year and a half, 2 years, I would just bum OP cigarettes. And just,
it got to a point where I was like, dude, I'll just buy you a pack. No, don't buy me a pack. It's all right.
Don't buy me a pack. I swear, I'm done smoking.
Yeah.
And I went back to buying a pack, 2 packs, almost a pack a day for the last couple of years. And finally, November, I think it was November 19th, I just kind of made the decision that I was done. I smoked my last cigarette, and I was like, I'm just gonna try going without.
See, and it was exactly.
I'm 2 months without cigarettes.
See, and that's the thing. You have to decide you're done. No one else can tell you you're done because it never works. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's the love of your life, your mother, your father. It doesn't matter if whatever crazy scenario it is. Everybody in the world could tell you to stop, and you're like, yeah, I'll stop. Unless you decide that you're ready to stop, it's not going to happen. You have to decide that. Now, that's what I've learned. Yep. Until you actually trigger that, whatever that is in your mind that you're done, you're not going to be done. You can never be forced to quit.
Do you have any last things to say, guys?
Well, my lungs are thanking me.
I hear you there. You can smell things better.
I can.
Right? Taste things better.
I can.
That was the one thing I noticed. And you know what else is funny? Hypocritical, but funny. I hate the smell of people. I hate the smell of cigarettes on people. It's disgusting. I'm like, shit, I probably smell like that all the time.
I went into the casino not too long ago, and I was sitting around a bunch of smokers, and I'm like, it made me sick to my stomach.
It does. You're like, that's gross.
I can't believe I did that.
All right, you guys. Oh, look at we have another video crew over here too, doing skateboard tricks. Brandon, get on a skateboard. Just show them how it's done.
Let's do a backflip.
I'd get on my stomach and just roll down.
Hey, that's how this happened.
Oh, really? The gap?
Yeah. I was up in Alpine at my mom's house, showing off for the girls down the street. Decided I was gonna skateboard down the rock. You've been to my mom's.
Yeah.
It's a hill, and it's not a road. It's like rocks.
Yeah, it's gravel.
So I'm like skating down. I'm like, yeah, the girls are gonna love this.
Cool.
You know? Boom! Tooth went through the lip. I ran up to my mom. I scared the hell out of the girls. And that didn't work at all. They're screaming. I had to go to my mom. My mom's freaking out. Blood's everywhere. Yeah, that was a good time.
Products of babies of the 80s.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's why we're so tough now.
Yeah, we're tough. All right, guys.
All right, man, this has been awesome. I'm glad you guys came out. I'm glad we did this. This was really cool.
You have any closing marks?
I will say this. I'm thankful
Don't
to be
do
where I'm
drugs.
at.
You what?
I'm thankful to be where I'm at now.
Yeah, me too. And that is very true. I'm very grateful.
I want success.
Wow.
I am.
Don't do drugs, Kay. Okay.